I was texting with Maureen Lister. She asked how you were doing, so.
Hello, what it is? Your traveler Slick Flair here. We are here at the open house for the SEPTA new bus network. There will also be a public hearing following this at 6 o'clock. But for right now, it is the open house. There are a bunch of display boards, as you just saw. There will be some more in a little bit. I'm going to walk down to the other boards. They're down that way. I'm going to walk down to them in a little bit. But I just figured I'd give y'all a quick overview of the little intro boards that are here. So take a walk. Along with me is Amanda. She decided to come along for the day. So we're going to make our way around to the boards. So let's head over to the boards. We're going to see what we got in store because a lot of these changes are very controversial. So yeah, let's check it out. Okay, here we have 53. I mixed about the 53 because I don't like that we're getting rid of that. I drew a map where it came down Sedgwick, went across Wissahickon, and then came up Islands Lane and went to I think it went to Richard Islands Lane Station. Because going up Lincoln Drive, it's just like, you already have the 71 already doing that, so why do we need to do that? Over here is fine. This wonky mess, I know is because of the bridge, the Frankfurt Avenue Bridge. Having it go to Richmond and Westmoreland, I guess I can kind of see it. It just, I'm not in favor of that, of killing the 89 for that. Which, speaking of, here's the 89. This is one of the bastard stepchildren. The 89 is never given a chance. It's never, like, they treat it so badly. This line could do so much better, but they treat it so badly, and I hate that. Like, I hate that it does all this wiggling stuff, and it doesn't need to do all that. Like, okay, you come over here just to come over here to come back down, to come back up again. Like, we crossed Allegheny Avenue 3 times going the same direction. Why? Why does that need to be a thing? Why does this even need to come? Why did that even need to come to K&A in the first place when you already have the 3 coming from Air Terminal? Like, this line could have came straight down Castor and then went over to Air Mingo and then down. Like, there was, like, it never gave this route a chance, and I hate that it's being killed. Oh, hi, 7300. There's the class leader for the Nova Arctics on the 33. And we have the 25. Another one that's getting screwed over. I do like this. I do appreciate this. This makes sense because Memphis and Cedar is always kind of screwy. I just I'm always mixed about the 25. I'm always mixed about the 25 because yeah, we're killing this part, but then we're still keeping the 5 short. Like, why not just let the 5 go all the way down Frankfurt Avenue and then go down as a straight line? But it doesn't go to Frankfurt.
It doesn't hit FTC now.
Yeah, so that doesn't help anybody going to Frankfurt.
Screw you guys!
A lot of the traffic down to here is getting on here. It's a lot of people transfer to the 25 to go further south. So people can still do that, and then you're extending, you have that. The 25, we're shortening it because we're adding so much frequency to it.
What?
I guess it just
running. We want. This is where the vast majority of the ridership is between Frankfurt and Spring Garden.
Right.
So that's the logic there.
I do like the 76, although this little part is wonky.
There's not. We wanted you. We needed a way to get over to Frankfurt.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
I don't understand why they didn't just go down Lehigh to Richmond and then come over.
Because there's already service on Richmond.
What?
There's a lot more demand on Frankfurt than there is Richmond.
Excuse me, what?
Just
And there's also, you can transfer to other services on Frankfurt.
I beg your pardon?
the 5's already there.
Yeah, but the 5 and 76 both will have, they're both going to be lower frequency routes.
Just, I just feel
Eventually, if you're going to get to the river, you kind of have to come down this way.
The fuck is he talking about?
just feel like Lehigh got shafted.
No, it still got the 54.
Not east of Kensington, because then you're stuck on Cambria and Somerset.
Got him!
This one is so weird because this basically, they're pushing everybody onto the L. This is basically what they're doing. They're pushing everybody onto the L. The L does not stop at every corner, so making the 3 run less often along this stretch is not fair to the people getting off in between L stops. So I'm not a fan of that. Oh, hi, 7473. That's Jordan Stalker. Hello there. But yeah, I'm not a fan of dropping the service on here. Splitting it, okay, but to decrease the service on a line that just because it parallels the Market Frankfurt line, I'm not a fan of that, because the 3 serve streets that the L doesn't stop at. So now you're telling me is that you want people to get on the L, get off at a station, and then walk back to another street. I don't find that fair. You already kind of talked about the 5 and that one over there. The guy wasn't trying to hear me, but I said what I said. 17. I get it, but oh wow, NJT Excelsior. Hey, look at that. Hey, I seen one. Very good. And I get it, but at the same time, it's just like having that connection here to get over here. It kind of made sense, but I kind of see why they're getting rid of it.
I beg your pardon?
45 to the Navy Yard is kind of wonky.
Oh, hell no.
I would rather get rid of this Broad Street part right here. I would rather get rid of that, because I'm like, I don't feel like you need to go to Broad and Oregon if you're already going to Broad and Patterson. Why do we need this line serving two subway stops? I don't see the point. Let's have it go that way and then down. Like, I don't see the point of having it go up to Broad and Oregon. I don't see any point in that. Here we have the 64, which I don't really have any complaints about the 64, to be honest. This should have been gotten rid of a long time ago. Oh, House 3404. Oh, there's Marcus Stalker. Hey, everybody's Stalker's out. And there's another Excelsior over there. An NJT Excelsior. But back to this. This should have been gone. I'm sorry. This should have been gone. There's no need for the bus to drop down that way. Like, most of the people that live down here that I've talked to walk up to Gray's Ferry. Like, it's not a long walk. She's a resident. She knows. She's walked up to there when they're on detour, and a lot of people I spoke to actually prefer the 64 to stay on Gray's Ferry. It makes sense because there's no need for it to go down here. Like, why? Why does it need to go down here for? Just to come right back up. It's dipping off for 5 blocks to do what?
For real.
It's like, this little turn here, I didn't expect them to add this one, but I'm all right with that. So the 64, I don't really have any. Well, aside from this little wonky thing here, that's just so weird to me. I'm just like, why don't you just bring it down to Tasker and then go over it? I don't know, but this here, I'm slightly mixed because I don't know how many people ride this portion, which is faster. This right here is wonky. I'm not feeling that part. That portion right here, I'm not feeling that part at all. I'm just like, why? Why did we need to bypass 63rd and Malvern just to go that way? I didn't see the point in that. Wait, oh, look at that bus. It says 1 on it. Look.
Destination time. Communication failure.
Oh no. But like, why do we need to come all the way over here just to go up? Like that just seems so indirect to me. But all right, let's keep moving. Here we have the 1. It's another line that gets no respect. This line gets no respect. Why do we need a direct bus when we already have this bus doing the exact same thing? Look at this. Look. This does the exact same thing that does. The only thing about this is it has fancy branding to it. But it does the exact same thing that this already does with less stops. All you would have to do is make this fully express, and this would be that already without the fancy name. I don't see the point in this. This already exists. Why do we need this if that already exists? I don't get it. I don't get it. You could just make the 1 come down to Frankfurt and then go back out again. And it would literally be this. Without spending extra money. But, and this is wonder why people complain about, wasting money. But that is literally that. All they had to do is make that full-time limited stop, and that would be that. But go figure. SEPTA Go. This is the micro transit service. This strangely looks like the old 314 in a way, with the way they drew it. But they did all this to kill off the 92. But why did we need that number? Why didn't we just reuse 92? Why do we not just make that 92? Why does it need to be 142? Random number. I didn't understand that, but okay. This is the Paoli zone. Paoli Great Valley Go zone. So this is essentially replacing, I guess, the 204 and 205. No, 204. I don't know. This is a bit wonky. I don't agree with them replacing regular bus lines with microtransit. You took a line that does something and you're going to replace it with that thing.
What the f is that?
Glorified paratransit bus. You see it. That's a glorified paratransit bus. You see that. And we're going to use that to replace service that's normally run by full-size buses. Okay. I don't agree with discontinuing the line at all because people definitely ride in here and along here to get to here. And they did all this work to streamline this route so that it would run better from here to there. And at one point it went from here up to there. Or it went from there to Exton down. You know, they did so much work to it to streamline it, and now we're oh my God! You know what? We about to fight. NJT about to fight me. NJT's about to fight me. Is why? Why y'all send that out?
What'd I say?
But like, It did so much work to just kill the route off. I'm not a fan of that. And then please don't kill yourself and the board.
Nope.
Please step back. Thank you. 142. I don't understand why we didn't just reuse 92.
Almost triple.
This could have been 92.
Yeah, triple on it. Oh, it's okay. That's fine.
I don't understand why it wasn't just 92. Just random number. And poor 204 is just suffering here. First they got rid of it from craft, and then now it's being replaced by the Go service, which, as I told you before, is going to be run by the glorified paratransit bus. Yes, that thing is going to run on the Go Zone here.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
So we went from a nice, comfortable, 40-foot. We're going from a nice, comfortable 40-foot bus to this 27-foot paratransit bus, essentially.
What kind of shit is that?
That is such a downgrade. I'm sorry. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm sorry.
Thank you for your attention.